A few days ago, Rockstar dropped a newswire, which I'll link below in the description section, thanking both the communities of GTA Online as well as Reddit Online, offering future rewards as well as content for both games, coming sometime this year, 2021. What we're specifically going to talk about in this thoughts video is what they said at the bottom of the newswire regarding a new solo employment opportunity coming this year to Reddit Online. Now that means it could come as soon as maybe March or as late as December. I would like to believe that this new solo employment opportunity is something to hold us over until the next big update to Red Dead Online. Bear in mind, we're also getting Outlaw Pass 5 coming at the end of Outlaw Pass 4 in about a month from now. The way we're going to break this down is we're going to go over realistic possibilities, and then we're going to go off into the more absurd possibilities, all of which are plausible when it comes to Red Dead Online. Your thoughts, your views, and opinions regarding what solo employment opportunity would you like to see added to Red Dead Online? As always, welcome below in the comment section. I believe that it's very possible that this new solo employment is going to revolve around new stranger missions. A while back, the data miners discovered information regarding the possibility of Tilly as well as a younger Seth being future stranger mission givers in Red Dead Online. So it wouldn't be the same Seth that we know from Red Dead Redemption 1. This version of Seth would probably be a little bit more normal and obviously showing signs that he's heading towards a very unusual, strange, disturbing path. And Tilly was the other alleged stranger mission giver that the data miners discovered. And that one is somewhat problematic because from my understanding, at this time period, she was already with the Vanderlyn gang, which is a year prior to the events of Red Dead Redemption 2. However, Rockstar could still end up using Tilly as well as a younger Seth for their stranger mission givers in a hypothetical solo employment opportunities for Red Dead Online because the stranger missions can be done solo. Yes, it can be done with a posse, but it can also be accomplished solo, from the honorables to the dishonorable stranger missions. It's also quite possible that we might be getting some new story missions. Now, when it came to the Land of Opportunities, that required you to at least have 2 players, whereas the Life of Shine missions with Maggie, Lim, and Hickson, those are solo, which means you could play through the Life of Shine story missions by yourself. You don't have to have a posse of 2 to 4 players. So maybe future story missions added to Red Dead Online, whatever it's going to be revolved around, might allow the player to do those missions by their lonesome or up to a team of 4 players. Still technically would count as a solo employment opportunity. Now let's dive back into the expansion ideas, which I did do a video about a few weeks ago. This could also work for a future solo employment opportunity. A collector expansion, because basically the collector role is solo. You run around collecting items for Madame Nazar. Yes, you could go around with friends and a posse doing this as well, but for the most part, this is meant to be a solo experience when it comes to being a collector. Or perhaps it will be an expansion to one of the other pre-existing roles, trader role, moonshiner role, or naturalist role. Bear in mind, all 3 of those roles can also be done solo. It wouldn't surprise me if the so-called new solo employment opportunity happens to be nothing more than an expansion to one of the pre-existing roles. However, we do have to take that word new as in implying it's going to be something completely new, because future roles could also be solo employment opportunities, like a Wrangler role, a Prospector role, an Angler role. Yes, Wrangler, Angler, 2 separate things. By the way, once again, plug in those 3 videos that I did for potential roles revolved around wrangling horses, being a prospector for gold and other raw metals, as well as an angler, aka a fisherman or a fisher person. Any of those 3 roles or some other role entirely could fit the bill when it comes to a future solo employment opportunity. Now let's talk about some other things in the game and some ideas that have been brought up over the past 2 days that could also be potential solo employment opportunities. Wagoneer, or a delivery driver, where you would be tasked to transport NPCs from point A to point B. Once you deliver them safely, you get paid. Or you could be charged with delivering supplies to stores, shops, homes, ranches. And once you get the supplies delivered, then once again you would get paid for your services rendered. And some other ones that we thought about was in Discord, I came up with the wood chopper, because you actually have the ability around some parts of the map to chop wood. It's just one of those silly activities you can do. I don't think you really earn anything, maybe some stat boosts by chopping wood, but maybe they're going to make wood chopping a thing, or being a paper boy where you stand on the corner of the street in Blackwater or Saint Denis yelling, "Extra, extra, read all about it. Hypothetical new update coming soon to Red Dead Online." Maybe that'll be the job. Or maybe the long-awaited photographer role where you run around taking photos of scenery and trees, as well as rivers and lakes and rocks and mountains in order to sell your photos to like a newspaper company or somewhere back out east. And then some of you thought about the idea of a telegrapher role where you would go in and learn how to use a telegraph machine doing the dot dash 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 dot. And I think somebody even mentioned that once again the data miners discovered that we might have the ability to send telegrams to each other, similar to the iFinder emails in GTA Online, which obviously nobody uses. The same fate is going to happen if we end up being able to telegraph each other or send telegrams to fellow players. Yay! Imagine with your controller, right, trying to type out this awesome telegram. How quickly will people tire of that? So yeah, I don't know if sending telegrams is a good idea, or if being a telegrapher would be a great, exciting role, just sitting there going dot dot beep beep beep. I guess it would be a quick time event, right? Where you'd have to just push the right buttons at the right time in order to make sure you send out the correct telegram. And if you do it right, then you get paid. So those are some of the hypothetical solo employment opportunities I came up with. Now, could it be added with the rumored future patch? So yes, we're supposed to be getting a future patch in the game sometime in the near future, most likely, which means they could end up adding elements and assets to that patch, which would work towards this future solo employment opportunity. Or will the developers simply build it upon elements and tools that already exist in Red Dead Online, and perhaps some of that unused data and code that the data miners have found over time? Now the big question is, will this new solo employment opportunity actually be fun? Will it have replayability to it? Will it be good for cash and gold payouts? As well as will it unlock anything interesting like unique content, items, upgrades, abilities, all of which could be included with a hypothetical patch. An unofficial update to Red Dead Online. Maybe a small one, but maybe just enough to hold us over for a few more months while they work hard on hopefully a summer update to Red Dead Online. Or will this solo employment opportunity be repetitive, underwhelming, and yet another sad disappointment to Red Dead Online? Going back to the realistic angle, let's just assume that the developers are going to use pre-existent elements, tools, assets in order to build something with everything that already exists in Red Dead Online in order to give us a quote-unquote new employment opportunity, which can be done already by stuff that they have found in the data mining that is currently not being used, like for example, Tilly, a younger Seth, for example, maybe something to do with the properties, and they simply could just whip something together revolving around something that we have talked about today, even if it's as simple as being a wagoneer, a delivery driver, where you're just making deliveries left and right and you're having to fight off bandits as well as other players that are trying to stop you from delivering these passengers from point A to point B. I don't think it's going to be anything too exciting or new or amazing. It's simply meant to probably give us something else to do in the game and hopefully hold us over long enough for the next update to Red Dead Online. I just hope that it also includes some other things as well, like we mentioned. It better also come with some unique unlockable content, items, upgrades, as well as abilities, because simply just being a new opportunity to earn cash and hopefully gold as well, at the end of the day, won't be enough to keep players' interest, especially if there's a lack of fun or replayability to this hypothetical new solo employment opportunity that's coming this year. Whether it's going to be coming in March or later on down the road. Anyways, your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding this new solo employment opportunity. What would you like to see added as this new solo employment opportunity that would hold us over for a few more months? And what do you think this may actually end up being? Your thoughts, your views, your opinions, as always, welcome below in the comments section.